welcome to iRadio. We are joined in here by, first of all, a superstar, but before I go to him, I'm going to introduce myself. That's what happens when you're in the presence of superstars. Anyways, my name is Deng John. I'm a sports journalist for iRadio, and I'm going to introduce a superstar from Australia and a proud son of South Sudan, Awer Mobil. Welcome, Awer, to South Sudan.
Thank you, my brother. It's good to be home.
Yeah. How does it feel, by the way, to be home? I reckon you have not been here in a while. How does it feel to be back home?
It feels amazing, you know, just to see where it all started, see where my parents are from, and you know, my home. And I haven't been here for a long time, so for me to come home, I just feel really, really good.
Yeah. And I know it was a journey for personal reasons, obviously, but how have you been received since you've been in the country? I think this should be the third day.
Yeah, it's been love. I think I was surprised. I've been surprised how much love, you know, my people has shown me. Yeah. It's overwhelming, to be honest. But for me, it just gives you more power. And for me, I'm gonna use that to utilize that to push for more and to try to set the way for the young players and the young South Sudanese.
Yeah. Okay. You mentioned the young players there, and your story is quite an interesting one. Born in Kakuma, if I'm not mistaken, and then managed to play your way into the Australian national team. How tough was the journey, if you could describe it in a few words?
Yeah, it's not been easy, and I think like in life, nothing is easy, you know. If it was easy, everybody can do it. Yeah. So I think like to have the mindset of, you know, I have to do it, and continue to work and believe, I think it's the most important, because you'll have the obstacles along the way. Yeah. And whatever target you have, I think if you just keep working, you will achieve it one day, or somebody will help you, you know, open the doors for you. So that's what I think happened. I had the grit to just continue, to push through the doors and then eventually open. So now the window's open for a lot of the kids in our community to play for Australia, and also to play for South Sudan.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Great. You mentioned Australia and the community, which is I feel something that a lot of us ignore, because when you guys come here, we focus so much on the community back home. What about the community in Australia, the South Sudanese who are living there? How does it feel for them to see one of their own representing at Qatar 2022?
Yeah, I think it's amazing. You know, I think it's the same love we have here, because we have such a big community there in Australia in general. Yeah. I think it's one of the biggest, you know, communities, I think, in Australia from other places around the world. Yeah. So over there we have united, and I think we have united for the kids, and which is the most important. So the next generation has now an example, because before that, you know, you didn't really have, you know, big figures to look at from your community. Yeah. And then now, you know, when we went to the World Cup, 3 South Sudanese, you know, it speaks for itself. It's not just 3 Africans, it's 3 South Sudanese. So that says a lot about our community, and how much talent and support we have there for each other. Yeah. So we need to transform that, and then also bring it here. Also create a foundation here to make sure the kids can go and fulfill their dreams. Yeah,
definitely. And I think I'll give you an idea of what it meant in 2022, because I was walking through the streets of Juba, and there's pictures of you everywhere. Wow. There's a picture of you, and it should have been Al Garang, and then Thomas Deng, and then there's Australian flags everywhere. That's how much love people here were showing you guys, to the extent that they showed that to Australia as a whole. That was just to paint a little bit of a picture for you. But football-wise, you managed to secure for yourself a good move. It should have been in 2020 as well. Yeah. To Cadiz in Spain. Yeah. How good did that feel? And
yeah, that was amazing. You know, firstly, like the World Cup, you know, with Garang and Thomas Deng are two of my really good friends now. Thomas Deng is my cousin, and Garang is my friend and is a good friend of ours. So we're really close now. So the World Cup really gave us a bond that we will share forever, and because it's not every day you get to go to a World Cup with your cousin and also your friend and your fellow countrymen, you know, same background. So for us, it's been amazing, and also 2022 was a blessing year, you know. I got the move to La Liga, which was a dream of mine. I know a lot of our people here watches Premier League. So one day, you know, if God has that plan to take me there, that would be nice. But right now,
here we say inshallah.
Inshallah, that's the one. So we will see what will happen. But for me, the main thing is just to focus and then and try to do my best to be a good example for the next one, because it's all about creating the path for the next generation.
Yeah, that's nice to hear. And, you know, the games have not been coming in for you at Cadiz. A lot of people actually do watch, and a lot of people decided to watch La Liga after you made that move, especially in South Sudan. So they've noticed that a lot of games have not been handed to you. And just a bit of a background, what is going on at Cadiz? Is it difficult? Is it the same journey that you have to walk through every time you join a new team, or is just a different case?
No, it's one of those, you know, like it's a new country. It's you have to settle, different language, different culture, different teammates. So it takes a while to adapt. It's like when you go to a new workplace, you know, you have to adapt to get to know the personalities, and also when you don't speak the language, it makes it difficult. And I think the coach he doesn't speak English. And so I've been trying to learn Spanish to try to, you know, make it easier for me to understand what his instructions are. So I think that's been the biggest challenge. But I am learning Spanish, so I'm almost there. So I hope this year you guys can see a lot more of me on the field.
Hopefully, hopefully. Just how tough it is to make it, even when you have already made it. So it's a really, you know, faint picture of how everything goes down. But let's talk more about the impact, because a lot of people, especially in the different sports, we had Luol Deng, who did his thing in the NBA, then he decided to come back and help South Sudan in so many ways. I know you've played for Australia and represented the Australian national team. Would you in the future do some sort of Luol Deng-like project in South Sudan, maybe coaching, maybe in other terms, in the end of all of this?
Yeah, one day I would love to give back. I would love to give back to my country, my roots. So I don't know what it will be, but it will be, I know I will do something for our country, and I would love to like set a foundation where the kids can be, you know, they have a base where they can grow from, because that's what we need. When you have a stable foundation, everything will come from there. So that's what I would love to do. And you can see Luol Deng, what he's done with the basketball. It's already taken our country to the top, you know, of the basketball in Africa, and also it's going to be in the world in no time. So I've been following that a lot, and that's a big inspiration on what can happen in a short time. So yeah, I'm going to really do something one day.
Okay, great. A lot of people, when they saw you doing what you did for Australia, qualifying them, it was your goal that got them to the World Cup. They asked the question, why did the SSFA not reach out to this young man to get him to represent South Sudan? First of all, did you receive the call, or would you have considered had you received the call?
Yeah, well, it's a long time ago, you know, like when I got picked for Australia, and after that, after you play 3 or 4 matches, you're tied. So I've had that lockdown for a long time. And like I would love to help South Sudan in any way that I can. So in the future, I'm really gonna do something. That's where my heart is at, to really help and set something up.
That's great. And I think I should be coming to the end of the interview. With the kids in South Sudan and outside of South Sudan, because there's still so many people who are living in refugee camps across the world, what would be your message to them to just inspire them, to tell them that despite your conditions, you can make it to where I've made it, for example? What would be your message out to those kids out there?
I'll say believe. Like you gotta believe that the world is bigger than what you think it is, and the world is yours, is your playground. So you can become anything you want. You just have to believe and then work towards that, and have that grit to continue to, push through it, even when times are tough, even though sometimes you don't see, what's coming, or any changes coming. You have to push through it. That will be my biggest advice. So just go out there and continue to push and dream big, because they all come true if you continue to work.
Thank you so much, and for all the viewers and the listeners, you heard it from the big man himself. If he can make it out of the refugee camp into the World Cup, why can you not do it? So keep focusing, keep believing, just the way he said. And thank you so much. My name is Deng John. Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you.